try to bolster some magic damage there, but they do have the Ari and the Amumu, so... Oh!
Yes.
Fiddlesticks.
Please.
Hecarim. All right, off we go. Back onto the Rift here for the match of the week. But other than that, has been quite strong as here comes Barrow looking for it. He is actually going to hit the Senna as the exhaust comes in, but Guma's actually going to flash away just to make sure he doesn't take any unnecessary damage.
You have to play it safe. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, Owner chilling up here. Not sure if you mentioned it, Chronicler, but Keria actually took teleport in this game.
Yeah.
So no fighting summoner. I think that's, I mean, you always want to be fighting with this bottom duo from DRX, but the fact that he took the teleport obviously means more map pressure. As now with no flash on Guma and no Devour on level 3, Tom Kent, he is so dead. I cannot overstate it. There's no vision. He just absolutely gets dumped on there in the bottom side. And there's not much that he can do, right, except play extremely passively, maybe try to call over their jungler to try to get vision. Oh, no.
Quick death is, oh, no.
There's the slow with the Ren. This time Owner is here, though, as Piochic's still going to continue on to this one. Not much hope from Guma. Nice knockup from Keria, but it's not nearly enough. As now 3v2, they're going to get another kill on the bottom side. Can we make it 3? As Keria has the gray health, but waiting for the Ren. Not quite able to land that one. And the Ren is not enough damage, but still 2 kills and nearly a third. And now Piochic's going to start the Dragon. Yeah, absolutely. And here we go. The Needle's coming out, waiting for that third proc here as the Scissors. Nearly enough, and there is the third proc. He is able to land it in after the flash, and at least Zeus is able to win his.
And this is really big.
Yeah, I feel like we caught the wrong angle there, the wrong camera. Unless we were trying to show that he was not happy with his predicament. As Zeus very calmly says, got him, no flash. So as you guys can tell, certainly not great feels here on the side of T1.
You can invade, you get any objective that you want. And as a result, DRX would have a much easier time completely running over. I don't know if they're going to try and contest Herald here. Owner does have vision, going to try for the sneaky steal.
Yeah, he's going to try to go for it, and he steals it just like that. Makes it look easy. And with the Gwen coming down, he will be able to come on in and just pick this one up. Even just kicks him away, and then... As let's see, is Piochic going to make his way up towards the top side? But Owner just backing on a ward, so they know he's just not going to be around. As now in mid lane, the Charm comes in after the flash, and Faker, even with Valkyrie, ends the flash. He is not going to be able to get away.
T1's always just going to look for plates. I imagine they throw towards Faker. As really nicely done here. Easy as. Otherwise, maybe you just get a lead kick there and then you die as Faker.
Oh no, he's getting bullied again. The Everfrost comes in into the Charm. He's not going to be able to get away from this one. As that was 3 people now in the mid lane. And all of this aggression out of DRX. In a meta like this, they don't seem to care. As in, he comes. The Charm will land onto Owner, but not giving up on the kill. W for Zeka trying to live, but the Q will land after the kick. And Owner gets a huge punish in mid.
Really big moment. Now he can always also throw down the Herald. Would ideally want to wait until Faker is there, because getting gold on the Corki and getting it to a spike is really, really big. But you also got to seize the tempo when you can. And Owner is looking as strong as usual, honestly. Sin going to be able to pick up so many plates as Piochic is going to say hello and then trot onwards. And because if you look at the side lane setup for DRX, it is a little rough. They are always going to be down to teleport.
Uh-oh, Owner's here again, and Kingen not quite having the Meganar. He is pretty close, but he is going to get it right at the end. But even with the Senna helping out here with some shielding, Kingen will eventually go down. As Guma with the cheeky assist. So once again, yep, that's the Luden's proc on the Banshee's Veil. So now Zeka doesn't have that for the fight. But of course, MR is always going to be good against this comp.
Oh.
They do not spot Owner.
Oh no.
And that was a big one. That did some damage. Not everybody has as much MR as Pyosik does. Lockdown here onto Meganar, but again, it is Meganar. Gonna have to deal with that though. It is very nicely timed here for Kingen. Now Owner going to step onto Vision. He is Lee Sin though. He gets into the pit. No deny on this one. The flip comes in and Owner gets it again. As now the follow-up, big one's coming in. Owner's right in the back line. The Amumu comes out just for the Lee Sin. And the chase is on as Deft gets a huge amount of lifesteal coming on in. And now Pyosik invades on the backside of this fight. Not sure about that one, but gonna give time for his team to back away. The exhaust is big, but still Guma will go down. As now the chase goes on to Zeus. He looks to be done too. As a couple of huge picks for DRX. They get another charm here. They could just go to Baron though. Looks like they might consider it here.
Health bars are a little low. Owner is still full health. They can do it. It's a big risk. And teleport is available for King. I think they're going to go for it. Faker though, coming in with the TP as well.
Pyosik just going to run out. He's going to try to survive. Owner is nearby. He flashes in. He did not have vision. That is very early. But now he's just going to get devoured up as down goes the Amumu. It's another flip, and it's going to be the Kalista. Death gets it in the end, but at what cost? Nearly everybody is going to go down as T1 wiped the team outside of Zeka, and now they're going to push mid.
And I don't know, Zeka alone can hold them back, Veldes. Gonna push through here. And even though they get the Baron, it's such a big risk. When that Corki teleports in, you gotta back off. You can't keep going.
They did not respect it. And T1, it's only 30 minutes into the game, but let's see how far they decide to go. We got 10 seconds on Pyosik. Yeah, they're not going to go for any Nexus plays. They take down the inhibitor. Let's take a look at the angles here from T1. We got Zeus on the bottom side. Owner is over the wall. Spotted and actually going to hop on in. And Zeka has got a very interesting angle from the top side here. Q is down. They're trying to burst in, and here comes a gigantic package, and the Amumu gonna lock everybody down, but Deft is just left alone. Nice peeling now, though, in the Nari to the wall. Will it be enough? Doesn't look like it. T1 have been able to burst through the front line. As Zeus is trying to kill a Kalista by himself. Not sure about that one, as he will go down, but still, T1 win a huge fight at this point in time. Was able to immediately inject themselves into that back line. So here we go, Spirit Rush on in, trying to land it here onto Faker. Slow is down, the charm is gonna miss, but Faker has no one around him, and he's just gonna be taken out basically for free. Tom Kent's not here, Owner being zoned away, and down will go the Corki. Here comes the rest of the team now, finally grouped up as Pyosik looking for the re-engage. They're going to wombo combo him, but do they have the damage? Depth is in the front line, just trying to chop them down bit by bit, but it doesn't look to be enough. As Owner goes in, he's going to be able to get the execution onto Depth, and that is exactly what T1 need to try to take down this team. Kingen and Pyosik, though, will be able to get away.
And DRX is doing such a good job of not outright losing these fights, because every time people get away, so tough, and showcasing that this comp can win at any point if you can just get a pick.
Okay, Faker, he's able to get this flank teleport in onto King, and the damage is there, though, but finally Zeus comes in and helps dunk it down. As Faker will be able to pick up the kill as well, so it's just some extra gold for him. Trying to build up to that Void Staff, but he's going to stick around. That kill certainly helping out with that, and now you were just spotted. He's going right in all alone, but let's see if the Tom Kents can get over here. Carria trying to get on top of him. He will get the Devour, but this is a broken fight right now. As over the wall, that's a huge amount of nuke damage, though. Faker's just raining hell from across the wall. As it is very broken up. Finally, Meganar comes on in. King able to push a couple of them and deny a charm from Zeka. But Faker is still alive and well and still getting the damage done. And it looks like T1 should just barely have enough to push and end this game.
An incredible game here from both teams, I gotta say. Very high pressure, a lot of back and forth, but in the end, looks like it's going to be T1 taking game number 1 here. DRX really made them work for it. Actual proper execution of this draft. Unfortunately, that early Drake could have been such a different make.
Yeah.
They pick up the Cloud Drake if they get the Inferno, so we might not even get to this point. And individual performances, Owner most notably, incredibly clutch here. Got them a Drake, got them another Drake, got them the kick that might have ended it all.
And it kind of turned out the way it was supposed to by 39 minutes. T1 are supposed to win with a draft like this, and they did. The gameplay itself, a lot of those fights were kind of like there were picks going on all over the place. I think that was partially because DRX kind of felt the time pressure and they were looking to get picks and try to end it that way.
Yeah.
Do it for the LCK, Keria.
Do it for the future of the LCK.
Yeah.
Yes. We need to know. We need to see what Keria can do on this champion.
And it's going to be...
That's why I never trust hovers, because they hurt you. They always do.
Chronicler, you're really good at caster cursing. I don't know what to say. But yeah, I mean... All right, off we go, back onto the Rift.
They release plates, and they get a lot of control very early on.
Okay, Handshook, Guma in a little bit of trouble here. He will have to flash away with that Ignite as well ticking. And there it is. They find and engage. The handshake is big from Barrel.
So as I was saying, obviously early game, you have to be a little careful, because pre-lost chapter and even post, you don't win a lot as all.
Oh, they're just going to engage. There's the root after the Viego stun. And if you've got a jungler...
every single time Senna's going to hit a Q, you're going to have to be careful for the beat drop, and Zeus might have to be careful as well.
Yeah, Ignite's coming in as Ghost is popped, though. No flash, and yeah, he's just too fast. So, at the end of the day, this gigantic roam up to the top side not going to amount to too much.
In the previous one, Yoshi got completed. Oh, Keria.
It's called, yeah, he doesn't have flash. His handshake comes in, and yeah, that's going to happen as the sun will come down. Faker's going to pop Ghost here with his unsealed spellbook.
Find some momentum in the early game, and they've been very consistent there for these last 2 games. Pioshik looking for a gank, but he doesn't know Valdez.
He doesn't know, as that's going to be a huge amount of damage already. Heartbreaker is going to miss, but the Fiora comes in. And not even the ult here from Pioshik will help. Zeus incredibly fast. He's going to riposte as well. And Pioshik says, okay, you win this time. And another excellent timing from Owner. Yeah, I mean, this was counterpicked as here we go. The grand challenge is in. But the Needles are sustaining him, and that's going to be Zeus reading this position very nicely. He says, no, this looks a little bit strange. Let me just back away and feel the pressure and not die, because of the roam that was to the top side of the map.
Oh, Faker has heal as well. I don't know if he can walk into this choke point.
He's going to miss that never move, but here he goes. He's going to tank him up and see you later, Swain! As the Viego will get that. Owner catches it after the smite, but either way, T1 able to buy themselves some more time. DRX trying to push in a bit more with this second Rift Herald, but TP now coming in.
They're going.
Yeah, 5 members of T1 will commit to this one. As in goes Faker, let's see the knockback this time from Pioshik. A huge encore onto 2, and the follow-up of the Dawning Shadows is massive. Able to burst a couple of them down. Deft is getting a lot of damage, but he cannot burn through Faker. He nearly kills Zeus. He was so close, but it was not enough at the end of the day. As Owner's looking for more, he's not done here. King in. Oh, he's going to land it perfectly in the shadow. As Owner will pick up yet another kill, and just like that, T1 are on the board early.
Zeka, this is not very safe. There's a Raven there.
He didn't have any vision. There was one on the blue, but that was about it. He's going to try to teleport out, and it will actually work. As Never Move was pretty close.
I have a hard time seeing it happen, and...
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, the side laning. That's another thing. You know, T1 can fight and side lane.
Josie is here, but Guma does an excellent job of just zoning him away with the root, as the damage will be enough. Even Guma able to skirt around there. 80 stacks right now, 81 for Guma. Yeah, he could try to push it in here. He's got Ghosts as well. As, here we go. Speaking of which, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, as the grand challenge will be complete, and even Owners here, as the needles will come in. The Ignite is not going to do nearly enough. Absolutely didn't need Owner, even Faker's there, you know, because why not? It's not like DRX are going to rush down the Baron at this point. But yeah, would have really liked to see that pick, as now DRX, they are going to attempt to stop the Hextech Soul from being detected here, as the root will be flashed by Zeka, and Zeus is on the backside. That is very scary. Here comes Faker. The hammer down, not going to hit, and that's a double encore again as a massive Berserk comes in, but that does not matter at all, as the flash comes in from Keria, still trying to keep them at arm's length. As you see Zeka and Pyosik. Zeka and Depth still trying to lay down that damage, but they don't have a front line at this point. Pyosik is going to be burst down as Keria just boops him on the head with the Q. And now they don't really have a front line. So Zeus and the rest of the team will just run them down and take the Hextech Soul. TP's in the bottom side. Looks like T1 have secured the match.
And unlike game number 1, where T1 was able to get put behind in the early game, DRX really bringing it to them this time around. None of that. It is T1 dominance, start to finish. Love the draft, love the way they played it out, and a very welcome look that I'm hoping that T1, you don't always need to play this way, but knowing it is in your arsenal is such a big boon to this team.
So scary. How do you ban against this team? It's really difficult, as there's too much stuff to ban at this point. The exhaust comes in, the double root as well, because everybody is slowed. And that is going to be the end of this game. The encore is going to miss, but it does not matter. 2 more kills on deck here for the side of T1, as they're trying to pad their stats, as every team does. But they will eventually go ahead and take down the Nexus. GG 2-0 for T1 tonight. Most damage in the game is Zeka, but the most on T1 is the Fiora, as towards the end of the game, he was just chunking anyone that he came into contact with, and that's no surprise given his early lead.
For the POG interview translation, joined by the solo POG of T1 owner. Congratulations! So today you guys are able to pick up the 5th victory of the split, creating a gap between you and DRX. How do you feel? I think we were able to learn a lot from the previous losses, and also DRX was on a winning streak as well, but we were able to kind of continue our presence over them. How are you satisfied with your performance today? Well, I don't think game number 1 was clean. So I don't think I'm fully satisfied. I was really fed in game 1, but my Q was not landing well, so it's a bummer. There's no way, because we were saying that like your Q was actually a targeted skill, so I mean we had a very impressive play on Lee Sin in game number 1, where you were able to steal that Herald and started to create lead for T1. I mean, every jungler doesn't really kind of concentrate until the very end of the Herald, you know? They sometimes like look somewhere else when they're taking down the Herald, so I was able to just like take that away. I had no idea that he didn't have Smite, but Lee definitely can beat Hecarim in terms of the Smite fight, so I kind of believe that I have higher chances of stealing that away. And after that, you were able to get a solo kill onto that Ahri, and your lead so far in the LCK is 23-3. What makes your Lee Sin special? I mean, I like Lee Sin, you know, I played it a lot, but not only that, my teammates always kind of do a great job whenever I play Lee Sin, so it's a teamwork, I want to say. I'm really curious about the Lee Sin pick, because Lee currently is not a top priority jungle pick at the moment, but T1 definitely has higher presence of Lee so far. If you have a high proficiency on Lee Sin just like I do, well, you can still prioritize Lee Sin right now. I guess this kind of reflects your confidence in that pick, right? Yes. In game number 2, we had a very high durability of T1's comp. Is that something you guys prepared for today's series? We learned about Seraphine by Kwangdong last time, so we started, ever since then, we started to kind of do a lot of studies and experiments around that pick, and we were able to kind of bring that comp today. This comp was not about, playing or countering DRX comp. It was more about just good pick in general, And your gank to bot lane was the start of T1's victory. It was more about hit or miss play for especially you, owner, because had that gank gone wrong, your entire jungle path would have been messed up. I think our bot duo made a call that they actually need my help to back. So I was just there to cover them. And then I was like, W Flash can actually make a kill. So I followed their call. I went in and we were able to get the kills. I guess Kyria and Owner were both pretty confident about the gank and play, right? I don't want to say that was a confidence. It was more about the luck. And this is your chance to restart your winning streak, and your next opponent will be Gen G. It's going to be a rematch of the spring finals and also the only undefeated team. I'm aware that they are undefeated so far, so we are going to be the first one to make them take the L. I'm looking forward to your performance against Gen G, just like you did last time. Do you know anything about July 5th? My 500 days anniversary of LCK debut. And we had so many fans out here to celebrate your anniversary. Any words for the fans? I cannot believe it has been 500 days already. Time flies, But thanks to all your support, I was able to have a great time, and I hope we can have more future together. And this will be the end of the interview with Owner, and back to the carpet space. Thank you.